No! Ah! God, now then, people, it's Joe, it's All Leeds TV. It's live lineup reaction time. And as you can see from my initial reaction, the news, I assume, is true. You've got to assume it's true. Leeds United lineup, Kiko Casilla starts in goal for Leeds United. The confidence I had pre-match has just all dissipated. It's just all disappeared. I'm bricking it. Kiko Casilla in goal against Brighton. Oh, no! I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for being so dismissive of a person, a human being. No, I'm just not happy about this situation, as everyone's saying. Rhiannon, the lovely Rhiannon, who came and said, no, much like my reaction. Liam Horsley says, no, Kiko, David, Jesus. Yeah, I've not even had a chance to look at the rest of the lineup. We'll flash that up on the screen in a second. But yeah, Kiko Casilla is in goal. If Kiko screws up today, then, mate, he's already had too many chances. His chances have been and gone. Should be gone. I love this here from Trallon. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Oh, no, man. Look, I feel bad, but then I shouldn't. No, I don't feel bad. It's quite a thing, but like the Leeds fan base, Twitter must be going into meltdown right now. Someone called it. Obviously, Bielsa didn't mention it at his press conference, so we're all thinking Meslier's in. He's not being pictured on the pitch on the way in, and it's been confirmed at 2 o'clock that Illan Meslier he's obviously not with the squad, which means Kiko Casilla starts in the lineup, guys. I've not even had a chance to look at the rest of it. We'll do that in a second. But yeah, Harvey says, I reckon he'll have a blinding performance. I do hope you're right, my man. Listen, guys, please smash a like on the video if you're watching on YouTube. Please subscribe as well. It is free to do so, so just smash the subscribe button. It can help us massively. So let's get the lineup on then. Let's have a little bit of a chat. So obviously, of course, Kiko Casilla starts in goal. Alioski at left back. So Llorente doesn't quite make the lineup, which is another disappointing thing for me, because I was hopeful that Llorente might have come in at centre back, meaning we can get Ayling back at right back and Dallas back at left back, but it isn't to be. So Alioski will play at left back for Leeds United. Luke Ayling and Liam Cooper will be at centre back, which is a strong centre back partnership against this Brighton side for me. Dallas at right back. Pascal Struijk just in front of them, as we expected after the cup tie against Crawley. Less said about that, the better. But he had 45 minutes in that position, and Calvin was on the pitch, so that, you know, we knew straight away he was going to play there. Mateus Click just in front. Harrison and Rafinha on either wing. Rodrigo just behind. Of course, the main man, Patrick Bamford. And your substitutions are Capriel, Jenkins, Leif Davis, Llorente, Shackleton, Costa, Roberts, Hernandez, and Poveda. So not much change there on the bench. But guys, talk to me about Kiko Casilla. Allison and Marty Adams are saying, look, we're beat already. Giancarlo says, look, Ayling's been playing well at centre-back though, Joe, but can understand your frustration with Llorente. Yeah, I want Ayling back in his preferred position. That's all it is. And then we can get Dallas back at left-back, because Alioski can cut a frustrating figure for me. He gets so frustrating in the game. Dylan Howard says, stay off Twitter. Meltdown incoming. I can imagine Twitter has absolutely gone into meltdown. And look, I was the same man when I seen that lineup, you know, even still when Poppy, etc. are saying he's not being pictured, he's not on the sky cams, he's not on the pitch, and I'm still hanging on to this small little, you know, molecule of hope that Meslier is there. But of course he's not, which means we start in goal with, yes, Liam Hainsworth, Kiko Casilla. I think it's even more polarising, the fact that he's just played against Crawley and was absolutely shocking. Definitely at fault for 2 of the goals. I'm not so sure on the first still. I think it's a good finish. But definitely at fault for 2 of the goals. Maybe the uproar wouldn't have been as bad if we hadn't seen him since the last cup game against Hull. But obviously on the back of getting beat 3-0 by League 2 Crawley and him being at fault for a lot of it, they could have had 4. Let's not forget, he came out and was higher up the pitch than Ollie Casey when he tried to take out Waters, and Waters just took it round him. The thing that worries me as well, Brighton from set pieces started to get a tune out of them of lately. They've got the likes of Webster, etc. I've not even checked their lineup yet. Let's do that now. But I am absolutely bricking it. Definitely. You even seen in that Crawley game that Cooper was reluctant to pass the ball back to Kiko at times, whereas normally he'd be happy to give it to Meslier in them situations because you know Meslier 9 times out of 10 is going to find a pass. But yeah, it's Simon Flynn says it's like having 11 outfield players, which is bang on the money. Keep getting your comments in, guys. Obviously, Oscar's not with us. He had some bad news this week. Love goes to Oscar. But like Rhiannon says there, it's a time for him to shine and prove all those doubters wrong. I mean, it literally is everyone. I think you'd be hard pushed to find anyone that is in support of him. But yeah, I mean, he's calamitous. He's calamitous. Is Kiko Casilla. Keep getting your comments in, guys. I'm just going to find out now. I've just got a Brighton fan, Ryan, who did our previews, just messaged me and says it seems like the rumours were true. And of course, Kiko Casilla isn't. Illan Meslier is injured, and Kiko Casilla is gonna make the starting 11. I'm just going to quickly now, guys, pull up Brighton's lineup so we can have a chat about that. So I'm just waiting for that to come up. Thank you everyone who's tuning in as well. As I say, please smash a like on the video and please subscribe. It's free to do so. A little red button. You don't get charged. I know some people might think you do, but you don't. Yeah, Giancarlo's bang on the money. That's it. Kiko comes flailing out at every set piece, and more often than not, he misses every single ball. LUFC Forever says, hope we've got our scoring boots on today as we're definitely going to concede. Was going 2-0. Yeah, well, I had 3-0. 3-0 is my pre-match prediction. I'm now not as confident with that, and we'll have to see how the game pans out. Look, Ben White knows all about Kiko. Ben White knows all about Kiko, so, you know, he'll be saying to them guys, you know, put it into an area where he's got to make a decision. If I'm Ben White, I'm saying to the Brighton players, put it into an area where he's got to make a decision. If it's anywhere between Strauch, Cooper, Ayling and Kiko, anywhere in that area, and you've got players running onto it, he's going to come. And you're going to get round him and you're going to score. He's, Joe Madigan says, I need a drink now. Please drink responsibly, my man, Joe. Let's just flash up the Brighton lineup now then. They've got Sanchez in goal, Ben White, Webster, Dunk. They have Dan Burn in there, Maupay, McAllister, Trossard, Pascal Gross, Solly March, and Veltman. So obviously Maupay leading the line. Ben White probably right back looking at that. Trossard can you know, him and March both could be looking to get us on the counter attack, and that's what I'm saying. If you're Ben White, you know, or players like Webster, etc., in that they may look to put it into that area where Kiko has to make a decision, and we all know when Kiko has to, you know, make decisions, he normally makes the wrong one and comes flying out. Simon Flynn says, "Who's our third keeper?" It's Elliot Capriel. I know a lot of fans will come out though and say, "Why ain't Capriel starting?" But obviously Bielsa doesn't think Capriel's ready, and I have to go with Bielsa on that, just because after Crawley, the players that were brought in, they're not ready for me quite yet. The ones that we did see, you know, Greenwood, Jenkins, even Casey, definitely not, you know. And it made me as a fan think, oh, right, okay, we've all been calling for, let's see Greenwood, let's see Geldart, let's just leave them where they are. Let's give time because they're not quite ready. And that's why Capriel's not starting. He's obviously not sold on Capriel. Otherwise, maybe he would. But look, Bielsa's a big, and this is one area where a lot of us will disagree with him. He's a massive supporter of Kiko Casilla. We've seen it in press conferences. You know, in Bielsa's mind, he's paid his dues after what happened against Charlton. He's paid his dues, and he should now, you know, be forgiven and move on. But even if you are willing to forgive for what happened, you know, it's education that's needed in these sort of situations. You know, we've seen it on Twitter, Leeds United Twitter over the last few days. I mean, it's education that's needed in these sort of situations, but or being willing to change. You know, you've got to be willing to change with the times. You know, but okay, fair enough. You could accept that fact, but it's also from a performance standpoint as well, Marcelo. You know, this is the conversation. He's also not performing. He's gash. Let's be honest. He's pretty shocking. Even when we played Derby, he made a few errors. I know we didn't concede from him when we went there and battered them. Was it 4-0 or 4-1? We may have conceded, but he didn't look great in that game. He never looks great, does he? He never, ever fills any of us with confidence. Even in that first half against Crawley, he made a decent save. And then he second half was absolutely shocking. James Obby, friend of the channel, says, thank God I've got beers. Going to need them. Drink responsibly. Yeah, that is true. Stephen says, why Kiko? Yeah, it doesn't make for... Right, let's go, right? Yeah, big shout out Derek as well. Big supporter, says 341 watching, 70 likes. Please smash the like button, folks. Yeah, please do. It massively helps the channel. Take you 2 minutes. It's free to do. Just scroll up, click like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel as well. Over 50% of people that watch these videos aren't subscribed. So please make that happen. It was 3-1. 3-1. My bad. My memory is so bad anyway, guys. One save. Kiko, says Conor McCluskey. Look, guys, right. We have to accept the fact it's happening. It's happening, right? It's happening. It's done. It's on. Thank you very much for liking, says, yes, I play casual. It's happening. It's done, right? It's done. We still have to, you know, head screwed on. We can still get something from this game. One player does not a team make. We have to be, look, things are in our favour. Brighton are missing key personnel. So we have to, you know, take that as a positive. Yeah, Brighton are missing key personnel. Lamptey, Lallana, Welbeck, Connolly. Connolly's a big miss for them as well, because he'd have caused problems for us today, especially up against Kiko, genuinely. So, you know, big pluses. More pluses, but this is actually... It depends where your Leeds head is at this moment in time. But Brighton have never won a game in January in the Premier League. Okay? I know some of you are watching this now and have gone, what? That doesn't make great reading for Leeds United. Don't say it, but I have no impact. So Brighton have never won a game in the Premier League in January. They've never beat Leeds in a top flight game. Admittedly, it's only 3 times. That's at Ellen Road. They haven't won in 9, and they're missing some key personnel. So we still have to take the positives from this. There's a lot of positives going into this game from a Leeds United standpoint as a Leeds United fan. Cooper's back in the side. To be honest, I love Cooper, but I still think Pascal's been doing a good enough job there for me. It'd been interesting to see, had Calvin not been suspended, if Cooper had come straight in. Not for me personally, because I think he's been fantastic there. We've seen him in DM a few times, and he hasn't covered himself in glory. That early substitution against Villa, remember, after the reckless yellow card, he needs to watch that today. But yeah, Bamford, Click, got to be doing better from a rest, surely. Rafinha, back, 90 minutes, going to cause them problems. Ben White's not a full-back. Not a full-back, so can be got at from that respect. There's a lot of positives to take. I know it's hard because obviously it's mad how one player can have that much of an impact, but it's in such a pivotal position for Leeds United, especially. Samuel Epstein says, not going to lie, Kiko being in net is not good times, but there's nothing we can do to change it. So we're just going to have to hope for the best. Yeah, we've got to have faith that the rest of the 10 players on the pitch are competent, which we know they are. Maybe Alioski can be questioned at times, just because of his head. But yeah, man, you can see him so like it has drained us a little bit, devoid of major confidence. Meslier, Alexander Pinkney says, where is he? Look, we were told at the start of the week he had COVID, and then people were like, because I think it came from the same person that said we were missing Bamford, so you always take it with a pinch of salt, especially on Twitter. And then it hasn't gone away. Bielsa never mentioned it in his press conference, so that was me saying, all right, we're good. But then it makes you wonder why he was so passionate in his support of Kiko. He obviously knew the situation. I wonder why it's not come out yet. Do Leeds United see Kiko as being that much of a liability and a positive for an opposition side that they've been unwilling to release it? Like, I don't understand if he has got COVID, why it's not come out. Because Bielsa's normally pretty forward with that. So why is it being kept under wraps for as long as it has? Why is it being kept under wraps till 2 o'clock on Saturday? So that's an interesting point, something we should probably think about and consider. Why is that done? Giancarlo says, giving us false hope. You're giving us false hope. Not good enough. No, man, we've still got enough for Brighton, man. Come on. We have. Leeds United fans, we have. You know, we've got Patrick Bamford. Yeah. Rodrigo. Chomping at the bit. Only played 45 minutes, ready to go. Bamford's had a rest. We know what he's about. When he's on song, he's tip-top. You've got Rafinha, guys. Probably one of the buys of the window. Jack Harrison on the other side. Matthias Klick doing bits after a rest. A lot of people say he's needed a rest. Well, now he's got his rest. So, you know, he's had quite a lot off. And the lads will have another rest after this, after Southampton. I'm gutted that Southampton game's being moved. I just want football, especially from a Leeds United perspective. But I'm positive, you know, Illan and Cooper together. Maybe it's a little bit stronger than Pascal. I'm not sure. I was a massive... Everyone just keeps going, but Kiko, Joe. But Kiko. I know. I'm trying to keep the faith. Like Stephen says, have the faith. Rich says, watch Kiko have world-class performance. I do hope you were right. Yeah, and as well as Sophie Taylor's mentioned, Illan had a rest as well. Illan's had a rest, definitely. We can still look. I had 3-0. I do think we might concede now as well. We've got to be mindful of these set pieces as well. From Brighton, they tower above us. You know, the likes of Webster, Dunk, etc. The thing that worries me as well from a goalkeeping aspect, Meslier's been very decent for me. People have said he's flapped, but he's so gangly and maybe where he comes for it, it looks like he's flapping, but he connects with a lot of the balls. If you look at that Burnley game, the West Brom game, you know, all these teams, he's been able to deal with them in terms of balls into the box. The one that he couldn't deal with was against Tottenham, and that's because it was nowhere near him, you know. So that still shows me that from set pieces, we are gash, we are shite from a outside personnel perspective, not from a goalkeeping perspective, when Meslier is in net. Because when the ball's there for him to be won, he's been winning them. He's been winning them for me. The one that he didn't win against Tottenham, they put it into an area that he was never going to come towards, and Alderweireld, you know, got the run on, shrugged Bamford off too easy and got the run on KP, and it was an easy header. Meslier probably could save it better on the line, yes, but that was one of the reasons why we've said as fans he needs to start coming for it, because when he's deep rooted to his line, my man Liam Horsley made this point as well. He's stuck, he's static, and it's easy for them. Now Kiko has always come for balls, but he's shit at it. That's the fact. So it's really worrying from a set piece perspective, even more so now, because we do have a keeper that's coming for it, but he's shit at it. And then you've got to throw into the mix that from a defensive standpoint, set pieces we're not good at. Illan gets beat in the air all the time. He does, man. He does. He gets beat in the air. That's one area of his game. He gets beat in the air. Cooper, not great in the air, really, for being honest. We haven't been great in the air since the likes of Pontus and Bartley. They used to actually score headers as well. Used to love a Bartley banger. Bang. But it's non-existent. I know Cooper scored against Man United, which is good. But we were already fucking out of that game. But this is definitely in the balance now for me. It's definitely in the balance. But yeah, Michael says rather have Capriel, but this is what I'm saying. He's obviously not up to it yet. LUFC Forever says Kiko doesn't need to be brilliant. Just do the basics right, and we'll be great. Yeah, you're right, but he doesn't have that in his mindset, bro. This is the thing for me. Kiko doesn't have that in his mindset. He thinks he's prime Manuel Neuer. That's what's wrong with Kiko. He thinks he's prime Manuel Neuer. And he ain't. He isn't. He's prime Dave from the Dog and Duck. You know? Yeah, this is true. Jordan Dix never thought we'd be so worried about having a Champions League goalkeeper playing. This is the thing, though, as well. When you actually strip it back, when he first came in and we all thought he was going to be class, we're all like, yeah, he's Champions League. Well, how many games has he played for Real Madrid? In all honesty, he doesn't do the basics right, says Christopher Junction. I agree. Just Foxy says Diego Llorente should have started. He's obviously not up to it, which is a shame, because when he didn't make Crawley, I'm thinking, right, okay, we're going to see him, because all I want now, especially with Kiko in goal, is a better back four, and I think Alioski sometimes. I want Ayling back at right back. I know he's a great centre back, but he offers so much more going forward. He is so good going forward. And from right back areas, he's great at centre back as well, but I'd prefer him there. Cooper Llorente at centre back. Llorente at the minute looks like, people talk about Rodrigo and him being a bit of a flop. Llorente was 18 million wasted. Let's be honest. If we're being totally honest, we should have got Gvardiol and loaned him back, maybe, because at least we then have a prospect on our hand, a young lad, and someone that we could get resale value on, because he's played. He'll have done the same as Llorente, because we haven't seen Llorente, have we? It's looking a bit like a bit of a wasted 18 million for me, especially when you consider we got Rafinha for the similar sort of price. But look, if he's anywhere close, but this is Bielsa, they've got to be up to it. But if he was anywhere close for me, I'd put him back in there just so we can have Ayling at right back. And Dallas is much better at centre back. Dallas is much better at centre-back. West Brom have won 3-2. Wow, that's huge. That is a big win for them, though. That is a massive win, especially when they were 2-1 down. That's a huge win for West Brom against Wolves as well. I'd have backed Wolves all day in that. So it is a... Andy Wilson says, will you change your opinion of Kiko if we keep a clean sheet today? It depends on... I mean, if he concedes no shots at goal, then it don't mean shit, does it? The only thing is, with Kiko... he's just so calamitous, mate. And one performance or one clean sheet doesn't make it right. We'll have to wait and see. Stephen Greer says Wolves 2, West Brom 3 result. It is. Joe Madigan said Big Sam doing bits. I'm not so sure he's doing bits. They've conceded a lot of goals since he's come in the door. I know he's signed Robert Snodgrass, but yeah. I would like this as well, Dallas to play left back, yeah. But no, he isn't. He's going to be at right back, and Alioski is in at left back. I'll just take you through them lineups as well, just before I do leave you. Remember, we will be back at quarter to 3. In goal then for Leeds United is, of course, Kiko Casilla. On the right-hand side of the back four is going to be Stuart Dallas, Alioski left-hand side, Ayling and Cooper at centre-back, Pascal Struijk just in front of them. And Click and Rodrigo. On the wings, you've got Harrison, Rafinha, and then up top, Patrick Bamford. On the sub-bench, guys, you've got Capriel, Jenkins, Davis, Llorente, Shackleton, Costa, Roberts, Hernandez, and Poveda. Again, not really much off the bench for me personally, other than Pablo. I know a lot of people are fans of Poveda, but he's still flattered to deceive for me. He does the odd trick here and there, but it's not enough for me. He needs to do more. So there's only really Pablo on that bench that can change a game for me personally. And then from Brighton perspective, Sanchez in goal, White at right back, Webster, Dunk. I'm assuming Dan Burn on the left. You have got McAllister, Trossard, Gross, Veltman, Solly March, and Morpé up top. Obviously, Morpé is someone we need to be wary of as well, guys. I mean, he loves a goal against Leeds United. We've seen that. Yeah, right. Okay, guys, that is it. I'm just looking at some of your comments, just seeing if we want to delve in. But I've already gone longer than we normally do, guys. We're going to see you back here at quarter to 3 for, of course, the game, and we'll talk about your score predictions. I believe Jack and Tash will be joining me as well at quarter to 3, so make sure you come back and join us. Obviously, Oscar, his granddad passed away recently, so he's taking some time out. So if you are on the socials for Oscar, send him your love. I know he'll appreciate it, and he misses obviously you guys as well. But guys, smash a like on the video on the way out. Please subscribe to the channel as well. It's free to do so make sure you do that. And I'll see you back here at quarter to 3 for your game. your game, your live watch along with me. Watch it on Sky, mute it, and we'll watch it together. And hopefully, my prediction of 3-0 will still be the right scoreline. But Kiko has to have a huge performance. An absolutely huge performance. We'll do that for you, Leeds 2021. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you back here at 1/4.